Greetings and welcome back. My name is Rudimentary Rob. This is my Valheim series. Today's episode, well, let's just say it's going to be a lot of time on fast forward. We achieve a lot. The start of the episode here, we're just going to be clearing another Gobbo village. The usual levels of resistance are expected. There is more to follow, so make sure you're strapped in, you've got your favourite helmet on, and we're in for a good one. Yeah, that was a little bit of a handful, but we went alright. We're just going to fast forward around while we pick up the mess. I wasn't quite expecting to get that many in the first pull, but when you don't have an overhead view to see where they all are, it's kind of risky. But that's why I kept pulling back further into the meadows through all the trees, because it helps me sort of spread them out a bit, so I only have to deal with 2 or 3 at a time. Now we're getting back into trying to kill off some more from this village. Now the goal here, and at the time my memory wasn't that great, but at the time I was actually clearing these villages to look for the marker to tell me where the next boss is going to be. Now, I found out a little bit after the end of the footage I recorded for this episode that in actuality you don't get those markers in these villages. Well, you know, that could have been useful information about 2 or 3 hours of gameplay footage earlier, but still, it does give us some more supplies. And we do get to have a bit more fun killing gobbos, including these annoying shamans. So, with that bit of background in mind, we're going to get on with the task of destroying as many gobbos as we can. Well, here we go again. We've got ourselves a cloud of gobbos. except there's a 2-star in amongst them, so I don't waste any time blowing my bone mass buff, but retrospectively it was a bit of a waste, because the 2-star Gobbo actually ran off somewhere, and he doesn't return until a little bit later, so, oh well, you know. At least it guaranteed that I wasn't going to die in those particular seconds, so I guess, you know, small miracles and all that. And here I am wondering where our 2-star friend got to, and he's come back, killed a boar, and decided to run around like an annoying person. But rest assured, the same fate will befall him as all of his comrades. Alright, now we've cleared that village, we take this opportunity to just relay the black metal back down to the portal at Hilda. We'll also jump through and do a couple of repairs and come back and finish the cleanup exercise. Here we go, we're going to pick up the rest and move on. Alright, in that little cut we ran back down, dropped off the black metal, and we're now heading up the coast to do some more clearing. Just updating my map marker because I wasn't quite in the right spot. Just going back and making sure I didn't forget anything. And once again, I'm still searching for map markers, so that's why I went into all the structures. But we didn't find what we wanted, so we're going to push on north. And we're going to work on crossing this river. That stretch there looked a bit too wide, so we're going to go a bit upstream a little bit and cross somewhere around about here. And now we're going to push on north to see what other adventures we can find. Alright, time to check on another village. Looks like this rock is a little bit too close to the village, because even though they couldn't see me, they knew I was here. So we're in the thick of it from very early in the piece here. Alright, this dance party on top of this rock was not working for me, and I needed to change that outcome. So we are blowing our bone mass buff, and we are getting the hell off this rock so I can better control how these gobbos come at me. Speaking of, you know, things being annoying, we managed to get rid of that crowd. We're recovering some health, refreshing all of our food, picking up the debris, and sticking our head round the corner while we still have our bone mass buff to see what else we can kill while we are so blessed. Now, pop quiz. Is 3 minutes and 50 seconds worth of bone mass buff enough time to deal with a lox or two? I guess we're about to find out. And relax. Not only did we take care of 2 locks, we also got rid of 2 different crowds of gobbos, and we've still had 1 minute and 50 left. So with 1 minute and 34 left on bone mass, another lox had respawned, so we're going to knock them off as well. honestly, we've still got just over a minute left in our bone mass buff, and we're like, okay, bring it on. I got time. Anyone else around want some action? Hmm? Well, mission complete. If the mission was to destroy one Gobbo village, I believe we can tick that one off the list. I've just checked the map, and we're going to keep pushing north because we're now closer to the portal that we left in the swamp. Back in our second swamp area that we were getting iron from. Yeah, we're closer to that than the portal at Hilda. So we're just going to cross-country it back to there. But there's still a little bit more plains here, so we're just going to keep exploring. Although it's not looking very promising. There is a couple of last-minute gobbos here that need dealing with. And it is pretty late in the day. I've run out of rested buff. I do have quite a lot of other stuff on me, so I've made the decision here. I'm just going to throw down the portal I've brought with me. And just make a quick jump back to base. Do some repairs, get a rested buff, you know, all that other good stuff. Yeah, once we got out of the plains, you really didn't miss anything. Dealing with the denizens of the forest is very trivial these days. And we're back here with our familiar trolls and forest dwellers versus swamp ongoing fight. We try to balance things out a little bit to make up for old times. But none of this is particularly difficult to deal with. Even a 1-star is barely worthy of our efforts. But still, the loot they drop is quite useful, so we grab that, drop our metal in the chest here where we know where it's going to be, and then walk back to base. Now, just a little bit into the thought process, you can see me there circling the sealed tower off to the west. Now, sealed towers are always in the plains, and from my little bit of experience finding them, the plains they're in is usually, I'll say, noteworthy. Given that one is not that far away, I'm going to jump in the big boat, and we're going to make a pit stop at Hilda, but we're going to ultimately be heading over in that direction. Once again, resuming our search for a locator for the next boss, being Yaglith. Now, as always, cruising around in the boat, and sure enough, our lovely floating pile of serpent meat comes up to us and says, "Hey, you forgot to kill me. So, you know, never one to deny the dying wishes of a serpent. I'm here to go along with that. Okay, we're here at Hilda. We're just making a pit stop. We're going to pick up all that black metal that we gathered over the last little bit and add that to our large boat. And once we've done that, we're going to hand the chest in to Hilda, and we'll have a quick look at what she will now have available for us to purchase. Okay, we seem to have learned two things about Hilda. One, she's never seems to be very pleased to see me, even though I just got some of her lost booty back. And that the locks that she has must both be female, because she addressed them as the girls. Wow. Okay. I've learnt so much. I guess I'm okay to move on and actually go to bed knowing I've learnt something today. Thanks for that, Hilda. Alright, just when you thought you'd actually had a full and action-packed adventure, I feel like we're only just getting started. I'm now consulting our map and making a best educated guess in terms of how we might be able to go further west, given from what we've explored so far, there seems to be an awful lot of continent there and no immediate obvious paths through that continent or around it. Now, we've just sailed across from Hilda because we knew there was a plains here. I saw this tower again. I'm still thinking that the locator beacon is in some sort of, gobbo dwelling. But in this case, I have ulterior motives for this tower. I'm going to clear it. I'm going to drop my travel portal in there and use that as a base of operations to explore this bit of the plains. Because on initial glance at the map, it does look like there's a very solid potential that this bit of plains may extend all the way to the Seal Tower. Now, there's no guarantee of that, but when you've been playing the game for a while, you just kind of get an eye for things and you get a bit of a gut instinct. And my gut instinct was that I was right, that this plains that I'm in now is going to extend all the way to the Seal Tower. So we're here to set up a little base so we can try and work that out. Given this tower has all the ladders and everything intact, I thought I'd take advantage of the fact that gobbos can't climb and put my bench and my portal up off the ground floor so that if somebody does randomly run into the tower, I'm not going to lose my portal anytime soon. Oh, you thought I was done with destroying gobbo villages for the day? Yeah, no, I'm not done yet. Alright, back to the killing. We have ourselves a berserker. Don't ask me why he didn't bother moving. This is like the weirdest thing ever, but I'll call that a free kill, and I'm not going to argue with a free kill. Yeah, those berserkers can hurt like crazy, so never put yourself in a situation where you've got more than one of them on you at a time, and make sure you've got a handy bone mass buff just in case you need it, because their damage can really stack up. And did anyone see just how long a range that shot was? That was like, you know, low Valheim orbit, and I got him right on the noggin. I like pulling off those shots with a bow. And in case you're wondering, how dark is it when I'm actually recording all of this footage? Yeah, it's about as dark as what you're looking at now. There are times where I'm just working on knowledge of where I know gobbies tend to stand, and the fact that I can hear one laughing from approximately that direction. Alright, we're just about in cleanup mode now. Only one or two stragglers to deal with. I'm sorry, game. I said one or two stragglers to deal with. Here we go again. I could very easily deal with all of these wolves just with Door Knocker Mark II, but the downside of Door Knocker Mark II is it does tend to knock the bodies quite a long way away, and I was just feeling a bit on the lazy side, and I wanted all the bodies easy to get to and not having half of them in the ocean. Alright, well, maybe it was one too many times being hunted, but I looked at the recording clock and there was about 2 hours worth of footage on the board, so I took that as a hint that, yeah, maybe I should give it a break for a little bit. So as we fast forward through the unloading montage, I want to thank you all for watching. If you want to see more, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. In the meantime, my name is Rudimentary Rob. Thank you very much for watching and have yourself a fantastic day.